Hey there. Today I am walking us through everything affirmation, what they are, if they work, and why I believe we should say them, whether there's evidence they work or not. With a bonus of how you can habitize them and how you can anchor them into your head, your heart, your gut, so that you're truly embodying these words, plus a double secret bonus after that. Hi, I'm Amy Kennedy, the Creative Crone, reminding us all that we get to have a creative, fulfilling, magical life at any age. Stick around for that double secret bonus because I'm going to share 4 magic words that will make any affirmation believable to your brain. All right, 1, what are affirmations? So an affirmation is a positive declaration of a future way of being, said or declared in the present tense, as if it already is true now. So first of all, that positive and present tense is very important. One of the things that you want to remember is to not ask for what you don't want. In other words, you wouldn't want to make an affirmation that was, I will never get sick. Sick is not what you want. You might not want to be sick, but that's not the positive declaration. Your subconscious brain hears sick. I don't know why, but that's what it hears, is sick. So instead of that, what you would want to do to say, I am healthy and vibrant now. So that would be the positive declaration in the present tense. 1920, a French pharmacist, Émile Coué, is thought to be the first person to use affirmations. He called it optimistic autosuggestions. I kind of like that. So he introduced this method to his patients by giving them the phrase, every day in every way, I am becoming better and better. The method became known as a Couéism. So I think a Couéism is easier to say than an optimistic autosuggestion. So that's what affirmations are. 2, do they work? I only have anecdotal evidence, and the best anecdotal evidence I have is actually from my mother. Now, she died in 2019, 1 month shy of 97. She was deathly afraid of public speaking, as most of us are. She was working as a fashion coordinator, and how she got that job is actually another very interesting anecdotal evidence around visualization, which maybe we'll do a show on that in the future. So she was working for a large department store, and a fashion coordinator would help the fashion director with fashion shows and contacting models, helping choose the clothes, be backstage for these shows. And let me tell you, there were a lot of runway shows. There were so many fashion shows back in the 60s and 70s. Every season, there'd be a extravaganza of a show. You'd have bridal shows, you'd have Easter shows, you'd have Christmas shows, you'd have back to school shows. So very busy. And one of the things that you have to do when you're having a fashion show is do the commentary for what the models are wearing in front of a live audience. And it would be a large live audience. And so my mother just couldn't do it. In fact, I actually have her story in this book, Unlocking the Secrets of Successful Women. So in it, she says, I had just one drawback when I started as a fashion coordinator, a fear of public speaking. She was content to stay backstage and help the models get ready. For years, she said, it makes me nervous to stand up and speak. After she started working as a fashion coordinator, she went to a seminar called Executive Dynamics, and that's where she found out about affirmations. So she stopped saying, it makes me nervous to stand up and speak, and started saying the affirmation, I'm an excellent speaker, well prepared, logical, and completely at ease before any group. She said this affirmation 5 times every morning and 5 times every night. Gradually, she got over the fear of public speaking and was able to stand up before an audience and not panic. And then 2 years later, at the age of 50, she became a professional speaker. So I think going from being horribly afraid, going to be sick to stand up in front of a crowd, to becoming a public speaker is pretty good anecdotal evidence. 3, why say them? Well, why not? I mean, why not start your day with a positive affirmation, getting yourself into a positive frame of mind and carrying that with you all the day long, live long day, all the live long day. The cool thing with having a positive mindset is that I really do think it raises our frequency, and frequency attracts like frequency. So, if you wake up and you're feeling like you're not having a good day, you feel crabby, you're being crabby, a lot of the times you can attract that same energy to you. And suddenly you're around a lot of crabby people talking crabby things. But if you're in a good mood, more than likely you're going to attract other good mood people and other good mood things. So here's the thing. I don't want to freak anyone out, because little one-off thoughts, every once in a while, boop, something will pop up like, oh, I don't even want to say anything, but don't worry about just like little random thoughts. It's not like you're going to create your reality from little random thoughts. However, the things you say to yourself constantly, like, oh, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I did that again. I always procrastinate. I have bad luck. I only attract losers. All my jobs suck. I'm bad with money. Those constant declarations that you many times verbalize out loud to your friends, to family, to yourself in the mirror, like, oh, I can't believe I'm such an idiot. Those are the things that stick in your head and grow roots in your brain. The other thing too is when we're trying to be funny, that self-deprecating humor. I used to use that all the time because I like to make people laugh. I like to be funny. And many times it's just easier to make fun of myself, right? So stop with that. You can be funny in a different way. But repeating the good stuff not only makes your subconscious or the universe want to match the frequency, it also creates a conscious mind habit of a positive editor. So that if you start your day with these positive affirmations, and during the day, maybe something comes up where you're like, oh, and you're about to say something bad about yourself, or you in fact do indeed say something bad about yourself, it's almost like you can snap back and go, wait a minute, no, that's not true anymore. I am really doing well now in this other thing, or I believe I'm doing well in this other thing. All right, single bonus, how do you habitize it? So once again, I can only tell you how I did it. When I was still commuting, I would get in my car. The minute I'd start the car, and I'd start saying my affirmations as soon as I started the car. That was my trigger. So it's this cool thing, when I. So when I started the car, then I started my affirmations. So it's just a trigger for the other trigger. It worked great. And plus, I had memorized my affirmations, which is another thing. Don't worry if you can't memorize them right away. You're only going to start with maybe 3 to 5 affirmations. It'll take a little bit, but soon you'll be memorizing them. But think of something that triggers it. So, like I said, it was really good for me until COVID hit. And then I wasn't commuting anymore. I was working from home. And I kind of fell off of them for a while. And then I started something else where in the morning when I was getting ready, I would just say them. Now what I've started doing is, from the happier list that I did, the last video that I did, I'll link it somewhere up here. During my one good cup of coffee, I say them as I'm looking out the window. Then when you think about anchoring them into your body, into your head, your heart, your gut, it's one thing to habitize them, it's another thing to embody them. So with that, you can either use actual movement, dancing or cheerleading while you're saying them. You can become your own cheerleader. You could, I like myself. Anyways, so you could do that. You could smell something good. You know how good scents trigger good memories, good feelings. When I smell fresh bread baking, I remember being a little girl. Every week my mom would bake bread, and that scent is just so tied into good feelings, mom, love, all of that. But what I've been doing lately is opening up a bottle of essential oils and just sniffing that while I say my affirmations. As well as I do a little bit of movement just with my hands, and that's just to keep track, because apparently my brain can't keep track of saying something 5 times. So I do just a little like boop, 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 boop with each time I say it. So that helps embody it as well. So I shared with you the one affirmation that my mom said: I'm an excellent speaker, well prepared, logical, and completely at ease before any group. You could actually take that affirmation and tweak it and put anything in there. You could say, I'm an excellent writer, well prepared, logical, organized, hilarious, whatever it is you want to put in there, right? So that's one affirmation for you. Also, one of the Emile Coup, every day in every way. I changed it from I'm becoming to I am getting better and better. So every day in every way, I am getting better and better. And then the father of them all, for me, it's the one my mom first introduced to us as kids, was I like myself unconditionally, which we thought, I don't know why we did it, but we changed like to love, and then we'd sing it like an opera, and we just thought it was hilarious. But if you heard me say, I like myself unconditionally, and you're thinking to yourself, I can't say that, I don't like myself unconditionally, I have your double secret bonus right here. It's just 4 words. So instead of simply saying, I like myself unconditionally, all you have to do, or to any affirmation that you're considering for yourself, all you have to do is add, it feels good too. So I like myself unconditionally becomes it feels good to like myself unconditionally, because indeed you do know that it feels good. I know you do, because I'm sure there have been at least one time maybe when you liked yourself and you know that it felt good. So I think you can add those words in front of any affirmation just to make it more palatable, so that your brain doesn't shut down and say, no, you don't. Like, it feels good to, let's see, what can I use? Because I think when, there are some affirmations out there like, I feel abundant and beautiful and all that stuff, and your brain's like, no, you don't. You think you're 20 pounds overweight and you just spent too much money at this store. So to say it feels good to feel abundant and beautiful, you indeed know that it feels good. So I think that can really help. I think that you can, I tell you what, if you go on Pinterest, you can find affirmations galore there. Don't shy away from tweaking them, from making them your own. Also, I have kind of a cheat sheet for you. You don't have to give me your email address or anything like that. It's on my blog, how to create your own affirmations, kind of a little bit about what I've gone over here, how to create them, the 4 magic words, just different things like that, why you want to say them the way you say them. And so I've linked that in the description. So go there and you can get your cheat sheet. And thanks for being here. Give it a like, a share, a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.